Okay, ready? I'll open this up. We're number one, as I was talking to somebody before the game. Coach, you think that'll be as easy as it was over at Charlotte? And that's an easy answer before the game. Absolutely not. You don't have many easy games like that ever anywhere. And we knew what Charlotte would be tonight because they're a good basketball team. And they're a team that's hard to match up and guard with some. The first game over there, we got out and just jumped on them so quick, took all the confidence from them. I think we were up, 23 or 24 at halftime. Tonight, we weren't able to do that. They were just a better team than they were over there. Made 5 threes the first half. Last game they made, I think, 5 for the whole game. But every time they made runs, cut that lead to 2 in that second half, our guys found ways to respond. I felt like I had some fatigue out there tonight, and they had a lot to do with it because of the way they play. They pass, cut, and I thought mentally we broke down, gave up some back cuts, which I think we gave up 1 back cut the whole game at Charlotte. And we probably give up 5 or 6 without looking at any film right now. But our guys found a way, though, every time that game, got close, we would respond. Different people. Davey was terrific, as always. Cam was terrific. Thought Jarius played really well. And we did it the second half in a long stretch without Jarius. Jarius was, once we went small, they got some easy baskets in there around that rim with that Jamar being out. We went back with Jamar and felt like we were playing pretty good and controlling the game. I rested Jarius quite a bit in that second half. But, this time of year, it's our 4th game in 8 days. You got to find ways to grind them out. And that's what we did. When you look at the stats, make sure I'm right on this when I say it without studying them. I think we shoot 55% for the game again. I know we're leading the league in field goal percentage, but we've been really, really good there in those areas. First half at the free throw line, I know they'd beat us, but the second half, I know we get there 13 times the second half. Make 9 of them. They only shoot 1 the second half. Big stat. Took care of the basketball, I think 13 assists, 8 turnovers. Been a while since we had double-figure turnovers, I think. Unless we had them in Southern Miss. We've been pretty good in all those areas. So great team effort. Most important stat, though, is getting the W. Find a way to get the W, and, you got a quick turnaround again. We got to hydrate and fuel up and get as much rest as we can for a real tough, hard-nosed, physical, Old Dominion team. A team that's probably different than anybody in this league where they really try to throw that ball inside with some big guys. They won't grind it quite as much, but they came off a game Sunday where they beat UAB. I know they lost tonight in a tight one, so it'll be another grind game Saturday afternoon. So, but I like where our team's at. I like our togetherness. I like our confidence. A couple different guys every night may be a little better than other ones, but for the most part, everybody's pretty good every night of those 6 guys. There's not many nights at all that any of those 6 guys are not pretty good for us.
Coach, you mentioned Davey had 22, 3, and 5 tonight, and you said probably one of the biggest things that he's going to do tonight when we talked to you yesterday is guard Jameer Young. Holding to 4 points first half, 18 in the game. That's a 1.5 below his average. Holding to 17 the first meeting. What do you think it was that Davey did and what you guys did that kind of allowed you to limit his, what he did? Well,
first off, he came in here in the last 4 games averaging 24 points a game in his last 4 games. What we did is put Davey McKnight on him. That's where it starts at, number 1. Number 2, I thought Jamar was first half. We were really good on any kind of ball string with him. We guarded the ball first. I thought any kind of pin down handbacks to him, we wasn't letting him shoot the ball. And he had 4 points. Second half, he made 1 3, but most of those baskets came getting into the rim. And I would say He probably got 6 or 8 of them when we were small, just because we didn't protect the rim as much, and Davies used to having a little bit of protection in there, and he's still crowding up on him. So he got to the rim, got some. He probably shot the only free throw in the second half without looking at the stats. Is that correct? Probably. But he got it to the rim in that second half, but only made 1 3.
That's correct.
Is that correct? Yeah.
You mentioned being able to fight off some of their runs. They cut it to 2 twice in the second half. Second time, you guys create some separation. Cam throws the oop to Jamar off that pick and roll, and then Cam hits a 3 after that. In a situation close game, how good is it to have a guy that's played college basketball as much as Cam has played college basketball to just, be smart and make those plays?
Well, to answer your question, it's real good. Going into the season, remember we got him out of the academic room. He was our academic guy. And we probably wasn't planning on all this. I know we weren't at the time, but it's where it's at with our roster, and he's had to step up and basically probably had to play 38 minutes a game. As I said, the game is totally slowed down for him. Getting up and going to work last year at 6 a.m. every morning, it'll make the game slow down for you. You young guys, it'll make you slow down. The real world will make everything slow down for you. And any little bad thing you may not like about basketball, when you don't have it in your life for a year and you're having to work, all of a sudden you really realize how much I love this, even though he really loved it. He always has loved it. And again, there's no substitute for experience. And when that game comes to a halt for him, mentally, and young guys, that game is too fast for most of them. They can't see next play. He's like a coach on the floor out there right now, his experience. And, he'll do 1 or 2 things a game, overdo something to get himself in trouble. But, hey, it don't even bother me. I live with it because he's going to do a lot more good. He is bad. And whatever he does bad, he's doing it with everything he's got. Help the team win.
Going off that, these last few games, these teams have, come back and cut it to like a 1-possession game or tied it, but have not taken the lead. So, what is it about this team that they're able to keep their composure and to be able to keep that lead?
Well, I think we got lots of different weapons out there. And we got enough experience. I trust that point guard every trip, what he's going to do. He's not an easy guy to defend. He can get that ball at that rim. We can stop that clock and get to the free throw line with him. You got a really experienced guy in Cam that, he's a shot maker right now. Don't give him a crease right now. Luke, I don't know if Luke he didn't shoot as well as he's been shooting. Only got 4 shots, but playing well for us. But our guys, we keep our composure and we find different ways to score from different people. It's different people most nights for us, different ways. I thought Jarris was really good in that stretch tonight. Rebound the basketball and dribble down. It's one of those things. They give it up. Oh, good shot. But he played well. He got tired. Defensively guarding that 5 guy. But I like where we're at with the togetherness we have out there. Those guys out there. Josh Anderson at any time, as you well know, can make an explosive play. He's not easy to guard off that bounce. Then Jamar, you make a mistake on a ball screen lob, you can give up something real easy. So a lot of different weapons out there. We just got to continue to find ways to stay as healthy as we can and stay as fresh as we can. Like I said earlier, that's our 4th game in 8 days. We're getting ready to have our 5th game in 10 days. Is that right? 10 days. That's not easy when you're playing a full bench of 8 or 9. Playing 6 guys, again, these guys deserve a lot of credit, what they're doing, how they're handling things, and how they're fighting right now. I'm proud of them.
Coach, looking ahead at Old Dominion, is there anything else you can say about them?
Well, along the baseline, they're probably the best in the league. Trice and Zipe, they're the best guys pounding the paint in the league. Nobody else pounds the paint more than Old Dominion's going to with those 2 guys. They got a really good guard out there transferred in. Hey, give me his name real quick, Zach. The guard, North Central. Kaiser, who can go get baskets. Big, long, athletic guard. I think he had 18 on his first time. Again, I ain't looked at him before this game. Hunter's a really good point guard, long. They've got a really good team. I don't know if sometimes they struggle to score consistently in spurts, but when they attack you in that paint, there's nobody in the league more difficult to defend and Trice and Zipe. It'll be a load for us in here. And again, those two guys are big physical guys. I think Trice averaging 18, 19 points a game.
Davies 3 right before halftime. How important was that heading into the locker room, and was that the look you were hoping for out of the?
Oh, it's just the way we draw it up.
Yeah.
Just the way you draw it up.
I wasn't sure.
Listen, whatever Davey does, where it's good or bad, I have confidence in him. If he had missed that shot, I've been okay with it. Probably not the shot you want from Dave, but I'm okay with it. I trust that guy, man. Always trying to get him in the lane. They cut the lane off. But as I've said, I said this last year, one area he had to improve was just shooting the basketball some. And one thing he's done, that mid-range game, he's got that mid-range game going. Now, in time, when he gets that game going like he did into that first half, making threes, and a matter of time, it's going to happen. It's coming all the time. But he will be really, really hard to defend. Because right now, when he puts that head down going to the rim, that's not easy. Not easy. And he has the ability to make a play out of it now. We got him in the lane that second half, and I don't remember exactly where it came from. He got in that lane deep and kicked down from our bench for Cam for a three now, which is a huge play that some guards couldn't make. Some guards wouldn't look to make. A lot of guards want to penetrate and try to score every time. Well, he has the ability to score, but at the same time, he has a great sense of being able to find that open guy.
You got 8 for 13 in the first half. You kind of touched on it on Wednesday about the progression of the shooting over the season. But can you just talk about what this team has done over the years that has enabled you all to be able to shoot so well from behind the arc?
Well, I think it's probably doing a couple of little things, figuring out the team a little bit. You got a lot of new pieces out there. People to guard you differently. Jamar, they guard him differently too. I think going small at times really changes some things. Maybe some things you try to do defensively don't work quite as well because it spreads that court out. I think that's probably one thing that's helped us as much as anything. Now, naturally, getting Cam that we didn't have early in there helps. But probably, the ability to play small in the last 6 games, different stretches, to change the flow of a game. And it can change the flow of the game in a hurry now. We can spurt out offensively in a hurry playing small. I thought early in the first half we went small. I know we scored early, then we went in a little drought there. Missed a bunch of little easy shots. But again, that second half, we spurted a little bit differently. We spurted with Jamar out there a little bit. But playing small probably spreads that court out a little bit, helps some shooters a little bit more.
Sticking with the offense, like you said, shoot 55% from the field, 58 from 3, single-digit turnovers last few games, just efficient offensively lately. I guess, how do you think this team compares to teams you've had here in the past, or how that stacks up against it, just in terms of offensive efficiency?
Well, there's one thing totally different. Never had a team. In my whatever years of coaching it's been, I've never had a team I couldn't throw it to block and score. Never. That makes it tough. You want to be able to stop that clock, get the free throw line, throw that thing in the paint. Well, we haven't been able to do that. We've had to do it differently. And I think still we've been able to win that. I think we're 30-some-odd, maybe 40-some-odd now. We've made 40-some-odd and maybe approaching 50. Zach, you'll have the exact stat. Between 30 and 50. We've made more free throws than opponents have still attempted. What's that exact stat?
It's more than that.
Still more than that?
Oh, yeah. It's
Which
75 coming in.
more than, I'm talking about made, more than opponents.
Whole season, yeah, plus 75.
Okay, I must have been looking at conference. But 75, that's a huge stat, not throwing it to them. We've had guys in the past, Bassey, Justin Johnson, those kind of guys. This first, Carson. We just having to do it different. But what was your question? What was?
How it compares and how it stacks up against some of these other teams in terms of offensive efficiency.
Well, we're just different, doing it differently. For sure, this is the best shooting team. More weapons, including Josh, Jerry's, Cam, and Luke. For sure, the best shooting team. So we're having to do it differently. Naturally, less depth than we've ever had. I mean, we've been thin before, but we're really, really thin. But it's two different kind of teams out there at times. Jerry's out there as a 5. It's a different matchup now. J-Mo out there defensively, he's a different kind of guy. So being able to go both ways with those guys who are different and be able to play small, Josh is at 4 some, makes us quick. Offensively is probably the biggest reason why we've been so efficient. And again, when you're hovering up above 50% conference play, that's a huge stat right there now. But again, that's one area that we have maybe to do it to offset some other things we don't do as well at times. I do know this. I think there's been one game in the last 6 games that opposing team has shot better than 28% from three-point line on us. Check that stat out. That's a huge stat compared to where it was. And we've been better there now. So, all right, good win. Get on, get ready for the next one. Be a tough Old Dominion team Saturday night. You guys good? Thank you.